Hello everyone, welcome to Carrot Online Cafeteria. My name is Iris. In the previous lesson, we have focused on expressions in situations where you can show your feelings, like when you're excited, or when irritated, or when you want to have something. Today, we'll take some time to learn how to express your opinions or intentions. The expressions that we'll be going through today aren't really used when you want to express your opinions in debates, like in my opinion or personally. But instead, when you want to be a little more specific with your opinions about something in daily situations. Then, let's start the lesson, shall we? So the three expressions that we'll be focusing on in this lesson are 1. Have something to do with someone or something. 2. It does no harm to do something. 3. Don't blame me. I'll repeat them one more time. The first one is, have something to do with someone or something. Next one is, it does no harm to do something. And the last one is, don't blame me. So the first one, have something to do with someone or something. You know what have something to do means, right? And you also know with someone or something as well. However, when you put all of them together in this order, it has a totally different meaning. Well, let's look at what it means now. Have something to do with someone or something means to be related with someone or something. Let me repeat that. It means to be related with someone or something. It does have a very different meaning from what you might have expected initially, right? Actually, there are two different ways to use this expression. One in a positive form and the other one in a negative form. Although we use this expression more frequently in a negative form, we'll take a look at both ways to see how we can use this expression. 1. Positive. Let's look at an example. She has something to do with this crime. This means she is related with this crime. 2. Negative. Let's take a look at a dialogue with this expression in a negative form. Please tell me that this problem has nothing to do with you. Sorry, actually it's all my fault. Those people don't have anything to do with this accident. So when A says, please tell me that this problem has nothing to do with you, this means, please tell me that this problem has nothing to do with you. This means, please tell me that the problem is not related with you at all. It also has similar meaning as, please tell me that you didn't cause or make this problem. And when B says, those people don't have anything to do with this accident, it means, those people have no relations to this accident at all. In other words, he's saying that those people didn't cause or make any mistakes involving this accident. The next expression is, it does no harm to do something. It is used to tell someone that something is a good idea. The next expression is, it does no harm to do something. It's used to tell someone that something is a good idea and it will not cause any problems. This expression is used usually when you try to encourage or challenge someone to try something new. Then, let's look at a simple example first. A. He may say no, but it does no harm to ask him for a raise. This means that the person A is encouraging the person to ask him for a raise because there will not be any problems in doing so. Even if he gets rejected by his boss, that's okay. There are actually several ways of saying the same thing but in a slightly different form. Then, let's compare them together. So, the first expression we just learned was, it does no harm to do something, right? B. It does no harm to apply for that position. C. It does no harm in applying for that position. D. There is no harm in applying for that position. So, did you notice the slight differences between these examples? B. It does no harm to apply for that position. C. It does no harm in applying for that position. D. There is no harm in applying for that position. So, did you notice the slight differences between these examples? In B, it was no harm to apply, and in C, no harm in applying, and in D, it started with, there is no harm in applying. So all of them mean what? It means applying for that position will not cause any troubles or problems for you. So you should apply for it. There is another similar expression that has the same meaning as this, which is, it won't hurt to do something. So from the previous example it says, he may say no, but it does no harm to ask him for a raise. You can say, he may say no, but it won't hurt you to ask him for a raise. So the expression is, it won't hurt someone to do something. It won't hurt to start studying English today, right? Then now, let's look at the last expression. Don't blame me. Before we look at what this expression means, it will be helpful to go over what blame means first. Blame is used when you believe or say that the other person is responsible for something bad or they caused it. So for example, whenever something goes wrong, everyone blames it on me. It means whenever something goes wrong, everyone makes me to be responsible for the mistake or a problem. So now, let's look at some examples with today's expression then. B. Buy it then, but don't blame me when it breaks down. C. Do whatever you want with this money, but don't blame me later for giving you too much money. Can you guess what it might mean? It's actually a little bit different from just using blame. You use don't blame me when you advise someone not to do something, though you know or think they will do it despite your advice. So in the example B, it says, buy it then, but don't blame me when it breaks down. It means that you can buy it if you want, but don't make it my responsibility when something bad happens to it after you buy it. And same thing with the example C. When it says, don't blame me later for giving you too much money. This is saying, don't make it my responsibility later when something bad happens to you after you're giving you too much money. So then, let's review the expressions that we learned today. Do you remember the first expression? Have something to do with someone or something, right? We use this expression when we want to say you are or are not related with something or someone, or something or someone is related with something else. So if you want to say someone is related with something, you should use the positive form. For instance, she has something to do with this crime. However, if you want to say someone is not related with something, you should say it in a negative form. For instance, please tell me that this problem has nothing to do with you. It's all my fault. Those people don't have anything to do with this accident. And the next expression was, it does no harm to do something. It is used to tell someone that something is a good idea and it will not cause any problems by doing it. So I use the examples like, he may say no, but it does no harm to ask him for a raise. And I suggested a few other ways to express the same meaning. Remember? The first one was, it does no harm to apply for that position. Or, it does no harm in applying for that position. Or, there is no harm in applying for that position. Also, another similar expression was, it won't hurt to do something. So you can say, it won't hurt you to ask him for a raise. And the last expression was, don't blame me. Blame is used when you believe or say that the other person is responsible for something bad or they caused it. So I use the example, A, whenever something goes wrong, everyone blames it on me. And the expression was, don't blame me. When is it used? You use don't blame me when you advise someone not to do something, though you know or think they will do it despite your advice. So we use the examples such as, buy it then, but don't blame me when it breaks down. Do whatever you want with this money, but don't blame me later for giving you too much money. So these are the 3 expressions that we have covered today. Did you enjoy learning different kinds of expressions that you've never heard of before? I hope it was a good opportunity to study and learn new expressions that we natives use in our daily conversations. And this will help you to express your feelings, opinions, or intentions more accurately. It will be a good practice to imagine a certain situation and try to make a short or simple dialogue with the expressions that we have covered throughout this session. I hope this session was an eye-opener for you to be able to see and be more familiar with new expressions. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, this is Iris Park. Goodbye.